Welcome back to Pihoa Network, your ultimate destination for exploring the captivating post-independence history of Africa. My name is Lilian Wamura. In today's episode, we dive into the fascinating journey of Burkina Faso. But before we delve into its history, did you know Burkina Faso is often referred to as the land of upright people? Stay tuned to find out why. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa, bordered by Mali to the northwest, Niger to the northeast, Benin to the southeast, Togo and Ghana to the south, and Ivory Coast to the southwest. It is located in Sahel region. In response to growing pressure for reform and independence, France implemented political changes in its African colonies. This included limited political representation for Africans, such as the creation of elected territorial assemblies and the appointment of African representatives to the French National Assembly. In 1946, the French colonial administration recognized its West African territories, forming the Union of French West Africa. Prominent nationalist leaders emerged during this period, advocating for independence and political autonomy. Burkina Faso, formerly known as Upper Volta, gained independence from France on August 5, 1960. The movement towards independence in Burkina Faso was part of the broader wave of decolonization that swept across Africa in the 20th century. The capital, Ouagadougou, is also the country's largest city and has been the cultural center of the region since it became the capital of the Mossi Kingdom of Ouagadougou in the 15th century. Key figures in Burkina Faso's struggle for independence include leaders such as Maurice Yameogo, who became the country's first president upon independence. However, Yameogo's rule was marked by dictatorship and economic mismanagement, leading to widespread discontent among the population. In 1966, a military coup led by Aboubakary Sangolle Lamizane removed Yameogo from power. Lamizane's regime initially promised democratic reforms but eventually turned authoritarian as well. Throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, Burkina Faso experienced political instability and economic struggles. Since then, has had a succession of military leaders. The most famous was Captain Thomas Sankara. During his presidency from 1983 to 1987, he implemented various economic policies and initiatives aimed at improving the economy and reducing poverty. Some of the key ways in which Sankara sought to improve the economy include agricultural reforms. He launched ambitious agricultural programs aimed at increasing food self-sufficiency and reducing dependence on imports. These initiatives included measures to promote small-scale farming, improve irrigation systems, and provide support to rural farmers through subsidies and access to credit. Sankara initiated land reforms to redistribute land to landless workers and small farmers. The government seized land from large landowners and distributed it to rural communities with the aim of promoting equity and improving agricultural productivity. he launched a high-profile anti-corruption campaign aimed at rooting out corruption and fraud in government institutions. He emphasized transparency and accountability in public administration and took measures to reduce wasteful spending and bureaucratic wastage. He nationalized key sectors of the economy, including mining and natural resources, with the goal of ensuring that the benefits of these resources accumulated to the Burkinabe people. He sought to reduce the influence of foreign corporations and promote state control over strategic industries. Sankara prioritized investment in social services such as healthcare and education. He launched mass vaccination campaigns, built new health clinics and schools, and implemented programs to improve literacy rates and access to education, particularly for girls. He invested in infrastructure development projects aimed at improving transportation networks, access to clean water, and energy supply. He oversaw the construction of roads, bridges, and dams, as well as the expansion of electrification to rural areas. Sankara advocated for self-reliance and import substitution as strategies for economic development. He promoted domestic production of goods and services to reduce reliance on imports and fostered local industries through subsidies, protectionist measures, and support for cooperatives and small businesses. On October 15, 1987, a group of soldiers led by Blaise Compaoré launched a coup against Sankara. During the coup, Thomas Sankara and several of his close associates were reportedly killed. Compaoré quickly assumed control of the government and declared himself president, ruling until 2014. Overall, Sankara's economic policies were characterized by a commitment to social justice, grassroots participation, and national sovereignty. While his tenure was relatively short-lived, his efforts left a lasting legacy in Burkina Faso and continue to inspire movements for economic and social justice across Africa. It was during his tenure that the country changed name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso. Captain Ibrahim Traoré seized power in coup on September 2022, ousting his predecessor, Lieutenant Colonel Damiba, who had himself ousted President Marc Kabore in an earlier coup in January 2022. Traoré was officially appointed as president in October 2022. He took power to contain the insurgents which the French, a regional military ally, had failed to contain. Subsequently, he sent out the French and sought help from new allies, Russia and Turkey. Regionally, he is working with like-minded military leaders who are all fallen out with the regional economic body, ECOWAS. On the economic front, his government approved the construction of the country's very first gold refinery. This marked a significant development in Burkina Faso's gold sector, aiming to capitalize on the nation's growing gold mining industry. Traoré seeks to gain more control over its gold resources by refining gold domestically rather than exporting unrefined raw materials. This would increase government revenue and economic benefits from the gold sector. The refinery is set to create 100 new jobs and 5,000 new indirect jobs, with the refinery producing roughly 400 kgs of gold daily. Burkina Faso is often referred to as the land of upright people because its name itself reflects this sentiment. Burkina comes from the Mosi and Jula languages and means upright or honest, while Faso means fatherland or homeland in Jula. Therefore, Burkina Faso roughly translates to land of honest people or land of upright people. That is it. Thank you for staying with Pihoa Media Network. Please keep supporting us by liking, sharing, and above all, subscribing to this channel. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you.